Lucky me. Today I get to talk about myself. Let me start with my religious journey. My family belonged to the Evangelical and Reformed Church, a small sect of the German Anabaptist movement. In my childhood, this denomination merged with the Congregational Church to become the United Church of Christ. So I became a UCCer. I learned lots from them that I still revere. However, I questioned other things. This became apparent in my early adulthood. One Sunday, we were discussing a Bible story dealing with poverty. I asked why we talked about this story when there was so much poverty around us. Shouldn't we be working on the current problem? This led me to begin looking at other religions, one of them being UUism. Herb and I were married in the UU church we attended when we lived in D.C. In 1965, we moved to Towson. Herb was busy helping to get Medicare started, and I was home caring for two little ones. One day, Mrs. Towson came calling. She was the local welcome wagon lady. She arrived with her baskets of goodies and gave me information about the area. She asked about the church we attended. I said UU, and she told me there was one in Towson. About 2 weeks later, we received a letter from Dave. That's David McPherson, TUUC's first minister. He welcomed us to Towson and invited us to church. This began our connection with TUUC. At that time, services were held in the women's club and RE classes met at the Y. It wasn't long before we were recruited to teach. Sometimes it seemed that unbeknown to us, we had been signed up to a long-term contract. Before long, we were canvassed. Let me note, at that time, we made pledges to two funds, an annual pledge for the operating fund and a 3-year pledge to the building fund. We were still friends of the church. We needed to learn more about UUism before becoming members. Nevertheless, we took an active role in church. Then a local issue arose. GenStar, a local company in the Texas area of Baltimore County, announced plans to expand. These plans would destroy a small black community. A TUUCer asked if we should use some of our building fund to help this community. Alas, we were not members and would not be able to vote, so we signed the membership book. If you're wondering, we supported the plan to help the community. But with GenStar working with the neighborhood, the community was spared. It is still there next to GenStar. Herb and I have continued to be active over the years. In addition to teaching, we each took our turn chairing the RE committee. When Dave started the local Fair Housing Council, we both joined and actively tested rental properties for discrimination. I even had to testify in court in one case. When the Towson Ministerial Association was considering starting a food pantry, I attended the organizational meeting. Subsequently, I served on the founding board, which developed the bylaws and got the Assistant Center of Towson Churches, ACTC, started. Herb and I continue to volunteer there twice a week, and I am the TUC representative. With Edith Gary helping, we arranged the monthly women's lunch bunch. I also chaired a special gifts committee. In our early days at church, we had trouble pledging and paying our fair share, but we did. This has been a commitment for us, and commitments are what give life purpose.